Welcome to our Exchange tutorial. Thank you for taking the time to participate in an exchange with Experiences Canada. We are excited to work with you and your group on the exchange this year. If you have any questions about the topics discussed in the tutorial, please don't hesitate to contact your Experiences Canada Program Coordinator. Throughout the exchange, regular communication with your twin group organizer is key to planning a successful trip. As a first step for your exchange plans, please ensure that you're aware of any school board or organization policies regarding group travel or field trips, and to include any administrators who may be responsible for group travel in your exchange plans. If you have a school or organization code of conduct, or if you will create one for the exchange, it is your responsibility to ensure that all participants are aware of the code of conduct and any possible consequences to not following it. Also refer to Experiences Canada Form 16, the Participant Agreement Code of Conduct, which is available from your organizers and parents' web portals. Finally, you will see on your Group Organizer portal a series of guides and manuals that will help get you started, including our Group Organizer Manual, which will be a valuable resource throughout the exchange process. Please be sure to use these online resources to prepare for parent meetings and host family screening. These steps will help inform parents and guardians and ensure a safe and successful exchange. Both your group and your twins group will be required to always work at the same pace and within the same deadlines to allow us to book and prepare your travel for your preferred dates and for your group sizes. As you've seen in your confirmation of twinning email, there are two due dates. The first due date is 2 weeks after you've received the confirmation of twinning. During this time, please submit your request for group travel dates, as well as your registration fees of $100 per youth and chaperone participant. Experiences Canada cannot reserve travel arrangements before these items are submitted. You are also asked to watch this mandatory exchange process tutorial and to submit to your Experiences Canada Program Coordinator your Certificate of Completion. This tutorial will answer most of your questions, but if you are uncertain about something, please refer to your Group Organizer Manual or contact your Program Coordinator. The second due date is 6 weeks after you've received the confirmation of twinning. Within this time frame, your group must complete all required documentation for hosting and your online participant registration. These steps are essential to a safe and successful exchange and will enable Experiences Canada to finalize the travel arrangements for your group and your twin group. Demographics. Participant recruitment is one of your responsibilities as the group organizer. Experiences Canada requires a ratio of 1 chaperone for every 10 youth participants, with a minimum of 2 chaperones for each group. Our funding subsidizes travel for youth aged 12 to 17 who are Canadian citizens or who have permanent resident or refugee status. Chaperones 21 years of age and older are also eligible for funding, following our ratio of 1 to 10. Some participants are not covered by our funding. This includes chaperones additional to our required ratio, youth and chaperones additional to the funding allocated to your group, participants who have participated in an Experiences Canada or CEVEC exchange in the past, and international students who may be members of your group during the short period of time that they are in Canada. If you haven't already done so, now is a great time to call your twin group organizer. Before moving on to the next steps of the exchange, it is important that both group organizers have decided on travel and hosting dates, the size of their group, and the demographics which will be considered when twinning youth. Please also be sure to discuss any of your own school or organization policies that your twin group organizer may need to consider when planning activities for their host week. Once you've confirmed your dates and group size with your twin group organizer, please submit your electronic request for group travel dates and your registration fees. Please ensure to accurately indicate the number of subsidized participants who will be receiving funding through Experiences Canada, as well as any unsubsidized participants whose costs are covered by your group. Your submission will be used when reserving flights and buses for both groups, so it is important that the dates match and that the numbers are accurate. This form, your tutorial certificate, and your registration fees of $100 per adult and youth participant are due 2 weeks after you've received your confirmation of twinning. Once your program coordinator has received these 3 items from both groups, we are ready to reserve your flights and buses. An important part of your exchange plans is, of course, your budget. Please take these items into consideration when you are planning your exchange. First, the registration fees of $100 per participant are non-refundable and required in order to book your travel arrangements. Also, many airlines in North America now require a luggage fee for any checked luggage. Groups who are flying from a local airport located less than 100 kilometers from their home community are required to arrange for their own bus transfers and for their twins while visiting. These transfers will be reimbursed by Experiences Canada. Generally, groups will hire school buses for these short transfers. Invoices for these bus reservations must be submitted to Experiences Canada no later than February 15th in order to qualify for reimbursement. If parents will pick up youth at the airport, please confirm this with your program coordinator. Groups located further than 100 kilometers from their local airport will have their airport bus transfers reserved by a travel agency, Uniglobe Premier Travel Group. Please also keep in contact with a travel agent assigned to your file to ensure you have the correct amount for travel costs of unsubsidized participants. It is possible that a fee is required in order to complete the criminal record checks with vulnerable sector screening. This is something that the adults requesting checks should keep in mind as well. While Experiences Canada is happy to provide funding for travel costs, any costs associated with activities during the week of the exchange, including entrance fees, food, supplies, and travel to and from the activities, are paid for by the group. If your group is planning a common stay, where all participants will be accommodated in a common space, or if the chaperones will be hosted through other means than the usual host family arrangement, please be sure to account for these additional costs as well. Experiences Canada is pleased to offer financial assistance to promote participation by youth with disabilities or other special needs, youth from low-income households, participants from rural or isolated areas, visible minority youth, and/or Indigenous youth. If you have any youth in your group who would benefit from additional funding, please provide details to your Experiences Canada Program Coordinator by completing your application for additional funding. This is Form 15 on your Group Organizer portal. Your application must include a budget overview and must be received no later than December 6th to be considered. Your general budget overview should clearly indicate details on your revenue, expenses, and costs per participant. Please note, additional funding is intended to complement your fundraising efforts and should not be the determining factor of the success of your exchange. The next 4 weeks in your exchange planning process will prepare your group to host their twins. The first step is to register all participants online. Your organizer portal is here to guide you through your exchange project. You can access your organizer login through our website at www.experiencescanada.ca. At the top of the page, there is a link for the portal called Group Organizer Login. Your organizer account has been created for you, and a separate email has been sent to you with your login information. Please check your inbox and your spam folder. From your Group Organizer portal, you have access to your projects, as well as resources, such as the Group Organizer Manual, and all forms needed to help plan your exchange. On the top bar, click on Projects. Then, choose your current project to access all the information for your current exchange. Your Organizer portal keeps you up to date with deadlines to follow and tasks to complete. It allows you to see the status of the participants' registrations. You can also register youth and chaperones and edit demographics. In your confirmation of twinning email, you received URL links to share with parents or guardians and chaperones, allowing them access to register online. The parent or guardian portal looks like this. Parents or guardians should print all forms in Step 2, complete them, and submit them to you, the group organizer. In Step 3, parents or guardians can review our Host Family Guide for tips on hosting a twin student. They also have access to our volunteer letter for police record checks and vulnerable sector screening, which may be useful when they are requesting police verification as part of the screening process. Next, parents or guardians should register their child with the youth's first and last names according to their official government-issued identification. Asking parents and guardians to complete these steps online is a big help to you as the group organizer. Similarly, chaperones can use their chaperone URL link to log in and register themselves. The chaperone URL can also be found in the confirmation of twinning email that was sent to you. The chaperone portal is similar to the youth registration, but without host forms. If chaperones are hosting any youth from the twin group, they will need to complete the required host application and references. Otherwise, this page is the only step needed. While reviewing your participant list, please ensure that all participants are registered by their first and last name according to their official government-issued identification that they will be traveling with. This information will be used to purchase tickets for your group. You can review the list by clicking View All to ensure all members of your group have been registered, including yourself. In the event that a parent or guardian is unable to register their youth for any reason, you may add a participant from your organizer portal by clicking Register Youth in Step 1. Next, you will need to enter the demographics for your group. Click Enter Demographics, then modify your group's demographics, and click Save. Finally, you can submit your final name list to Experiences Canada. Hosting arrangements and forms. We are happy to provide a safe and secure screening process for host families. You have access to our Host Family Guide to share with families and to our screening policy and procedures through your organizer portal. The following forms are mandatory. Your flights and buses will be booked and finalized once all the hosting documents from both groups are received. The host family application must be completed by each family who wishes to host a twin. This is form number 7, which is available in your group organizer and parents portals. The form must include the participants' first and last names as they are registered, so that we can ensure that the appropriate forms for each youth have been received. As the group organizer, you will cross-reference the ages of the family members to ensure that you have received a clear police record check with no offenses for each adult 18 years of age and older living in the home during the exchange week. The parent or guardian must include their name and signature on the host application, form number 7. And the group organizer, or someone on your exchange planning team, must either accept or decline the application, confirming the decision with their signature. The application may be tentatively accepted pending the receipt of the clear police record checks for the adults in the home. Each host application must be accompanied by 2 references, form number 8, which is available on your group organizer and parents portals. Each reference must have known the family for at least 1 year and have seen them within the past 6 months. A reference cannot be related to the family. The family requesting a reference must fill out the information about their family and youth participant as a first step. This is to ensure that the references are matched to the correct host applications. The reference form is not complete without the signature of the reference, as well as the signature of the group organizer or someone from your exchange planning team. If it is not possible to submit 2 reference forms for one family, the group organizer must alternatively complete a home visit. This is form number 9. This form is not mandatory unless no references have been submitted. The home visit form is not complete without the signature of the interviewer, as well as the signature of the group organizer or someone from your exchange planning team. Mandatory police checks. As the group organizer, it is your responsibility to become familiar with the process in your community, as the process does vary across the country. Please be sure to inform parents, guardians, and adult volunteers on how to complete their check, letting them know that there may be possible fees due to express charges, fingerprinting if required, and general processing fees. In order to be eligible to host a twin youth, every adult in the host family who is 18 years of age and older, residing in the home during the exchange week, must submit a clear police criminal record check with vulnerable sector screening. Acceptable checks must have been completed at least 5 years prior to the week of hosting. This process also applies to the group organizer and chaperones. Experiences Canada does provide a letter that, in some cases, may prompt the police detachment processing the checks to waive their processing fee if applicable. This is not guaranteed as the process is different in each community. When using this letter, please ensure that the name of the adult requesting the check is listed, as well as the name of the school or organization. The dates of the hosting period must also be listed. Waivers and consent forms. If the electronic waiver and consent forms for the youth and chaperone participants have not been completed online by parents or guardians, you will also need to submit a hard copy, fax or scanned and emailed file for each participant registered by you and without a check mark written next to their name on your participant list. These PDF format waivers and consent forms are available on your group organizer portal, Forms 3 and 4 for chaperones, or Forms 5 and 6 for youth. Your Experiences Canada Program Coordinator must receive your documents on or before the deadline 6 weeks after you have received your confirmation of twinning. Failure to meet this deadline may jeopardize your exchange. When mailing original forms, please keep copies for your own records. It is also beneficial to send the forms either by fax, email, or through the post, sorted by participant name. Commons Day. If your group is unable to accommodate the twin group with host families, please contact your Experiences Canada Program Coordinator and other arrangements can be made, such as a Commons Day in the school or a community center. We highly encourage youth involvement during the entire exchange project. This is a chance for youth to get involved and to react. Please assign one youth from your group as the exchange's youth ambassador and confirm his or her name and email to your Experiences Canada coordinator. The ambassador will be invited to send a brief bio and a photo and, if applicable, the social media account he or she is planning to use during the exchange. The role of the ambassador is to share photos, videos, and views with Experiences Canada throughout your exchange. Comments, testimonials, photos, and videos can easily be shared with us in many different ways. Remember to always identify yourself using hashtag Experiences Canada and hashtag Exchanges with your current school year, and make sure to tag us in all your messages on social media. Your help is greatly appreciated, as it allows us to improve our programming for upcoming years. Twinning Youth. This is an exciting time in the exchange planning process, and we encourage you to keep open communication with the parents and youth of your group as they learn about their twin families. In the Group Organizer and Parents portals, you will see a list of 4 documents, Forms 16 to 19, which can help you and your twin group organizer twin the youth in your groups. The Medical Information Form is a useful resource to have on hand during your exchange for each of your students. Parents and guardians must disclose all medical information to the group organizer so that the appropriate accommodations can be made. Additionally, the parent and youth agreements will help your group understand the appropriate actions to take during the exchange. Finally, the participant profile will help you match youth in your group by interests and hobbies. These documents are to be kept on record by the group organizers and are not sent to Experiences Canada. Travel arrangements. Experiences Canada will authorize a reservation of flights and buses for your preferred travel dates once we have received your non-refundable registration fees and your request for travel dates early in the exchange process. Our travel agency will send you and your twin your tentative itineraries at this time. Once all documents for the exchange are submitted, we will authorize the tickets to be purchased and travel bookings to be finalized. Please be aware that any changes or cancellations may result in additional charges to the group. To ensure a safe and positive experience, all participants must travel with the group at all times during the exchange. We have a strict no travel alterations policy. Please be sure to share this information with participants and their parents or guardians while recruiting members for your group to ensure that they are aware of the commitment they are making to the exchange. Insurance and risk management. Each exchange group is provided with a group accidental insurance coverage. A copy of this accidental insurance policy will be sent to you by your coordinator prior to the group's departure for the exchange. This insurance addresses medical, interprovincial, or territorial price differences in case of an accident while you are visiting another part of Canada. It does not cover pre-existing medical conditions, lost or stolen luggage, or travel cancellation by the participant. If you or the parents and guardians of your group are interested in purchasing additional insurance coverage, you may contact your Uniglobe travel agent at your own discretion upon reservation of your travel arrangements. Please ensure that both groups have taken into consideration risk management for higher risk activities, ensuring that the appropriate insurance and safety measures are in place in accordance with your respective group administrations and schools. As the group organizer, you are responsible to ensure that third-party providers are adequately insured. Exchange monitoring. 1 month prior to your group's hosting period, you are required to send your hosting activities plan. Additionally, should the opportunity arise, we would love to meet with you and your twin group during one of the activities. Finally, At the end of the second half of your exchange, each group is responsible for returning the post-exchange questionnaires. These surveys are mandatory and a part of our overall program evaluation with our funders. Electronic links will be provided to you at the end of your exchange. While working on your hosting activities, don't forget to give your twin group organizer a call. Together, take into consideration risk management for higher risk activities, ensuring that the appropriate approvals are in place in accordance to your respective administrations. You can also talk to your twin about what your youth should pack for their trip to your community. And encourage families, parents, guardians, and youth to communicate and connect with their twins. Your exchange kit and reminder of your due dates. Each group participating in the Experiences Canada exchanges will receive a swag kit with promotional goods for each group member. The kit includes a group mascot, Tuktu the caribou. Please remember to share pictures and tweets with us throughout your exchange. Also, don't forget that your registration fees and your preferred travel dates are due 2 weeks after you've received your confirmation of twinning email. All remaining mandatory documents are due 6 weeks after the confirmation email. Please contact your program coordinator immediately if you are unable to comply with these deadlines, as delays may jeopardize your exchange. You and your twin group will have the same deadlines, as travel arrangements cannot be finalized without all documents completed from both groups. Thank you again for taking the time to participate in this exchange process tutorial. We are looking forward to working with you to facilitate a safe and successful exchange. Now that you've completed the tutorial, please send us your certificate of completion. Once again, if you would like more details or have any questions about the content in this tutorial, please refer to your group organizer manual or contact your Experiences Canada program coordinator. Your coordinator is also available to facilitate a conference call with you and your twin should you feel the need for more clarifications or have specific questions related to your exchange. Don't forget to stay connected and to contact us if you have any questions.